Hi everyone, we're going to be doing another soap this morning. We're looking at John chapter 16, verse 16 to 33. So I've selected verse 33, which is, "In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I've overcome the world." And later on in that verse, it talks about being filled with peace. So I'll read it for you now, but feel free to read it in your own Bible, own translation. So John chapter 16, verse 16. So just if you didn't know this already, in the Bible, if there's things that are in red letter, that just means that it's Jesus speaking. So the Bible will represent when Jesus is talking as red letters, and anything that's not red letters is not him speaking, or it's a narration or someone else talking. So Jesus is talking to his disciples. So his 12 disciples are the people that he's his closest friends, the people he's training to basically lead the church after he's gone. So he says to them, "In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me." At this, some of his disciples said to one another, "What does he mean by saying, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'? And because I am going to the Father." They kept asking, "What does he mean by a little while? We don't understand what he is saying." Jesus saw that they wanted to ask him about this, so he said to them, "Are you asking one another what I meant when I said, 'In a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me'? Very truly I tell you, you will weep and mourn while the world rejoices. You will grieve, but your grief will turn to joy. A woman giving birth to a child has pain because of her time has come. But when her baby is born, she forgets the anguish because of her joy that a child is born into the world. So with you, now is your time of grief, but I will see you again, and you will rejoice, and no one will take away your joy. In that day, you will no longer ask me anything. Very truly I tell you, my Father will ask you whatever you ask in my name. Until now, you have not asked for anything in my name. Ask and you will receive, and your joy will be complete. Though I have been speaking figuratively, a time is coming when I will no longer use this kind of language, but will tell you plainly about my Father." Remember, figurative speech is what we do in writing. It's like using exaggeration or using metaphors or things like that. "In that day you will ask in my name. I am not saying that I will ask the Father on your behalf. No, the Father himself loves you because you have loved me and have believed that I came from God. I came from the Father and entered the world. Now I am leaving the world and going back to the Father." Then Jesus' disciples said, "Now you are speaking clearly and without figures of speech. Now we can see that you know all things and that you do not even need to have anyone ask you questions. This makes us believe that you came from God." "Do you believe?" Jesus replied. "A time is coming, and in fact has come, when you will be scattered, each to your own home. You will leave me all alone. Yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me. I've told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." So there you go. I really love, especially this bit saying that in me you will have peace. Yeah, I feel like, at least for me this week, that's what I really need from God, is being filled with his peace. Remembering after this is what happens is Jesus ends up dying on the cross. And so at this point, his disciples do not believe that he's going to die, even though here he's saying he's going to go, and they're going to be filled with anguish, and they're not going to understand. So he's here saying, you know what, I'm going to go, but that's not it, because you're then going to be filled with joy, just like a mother having a baby. Yeah, you're going to be sad, but then you're going to be filled with joy, and it's all going to be okay. So even though Jesus was telling them all this, and in the Bible it actually has a lot of prophecy about the Messiah having to die and being away for 3 days and coming back. But his disciples were so worried about him dying that they forgot what he said to them and didn't trust with what he said. So when he did die, you have doubting Thomas, and you have Peter denying Jesus, that he knew him, and all these other things that happened because his disciples didn't trust what he said was going to happen. And then he did come back, and they were like, oh yeah, that's right, you did tell us that was going to happen, we should have just trusted you. So so I'm going to reflect on the idea of being filled with peace today, but you might pick something else that's in here. I sort of also like ask and you will receive, this kind of idea of like ask whatever you want, and ask in my name. I like all those ideas. All right, all the best.